Broadcasting from the Fence One studio, 94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
I said, Toni, yeah! Toni in the morning.
Toni in the morning. It's local and it's here. Toni in the Morning Show. Toni Terrell, your best girlfriend. Thank you for starting your day with us.
Toni in the morning.
Toni in the morning. 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP, Mario and Space. You know, he's supposed to be traveling and touring with Mary J. Blige this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, along with Neo. That should be a pretty cool show.
That's going to be a great show.
Yeah,
that's going to be a great show.
It's going to be nice. Yeah. All right, check it out. Toni in the morning, 94.1 WHRP. And listen, another day like yesterday without the rain. It's cold. We'll be in the mid-30s as our high today.
High of mid-30s.
You got to have gloves, mittens, scarves, hats, boots, coats, and sweaters, hoodies. Yes. Oh, my.
Thermal.
Long johns. Yeah,
Come on now.
Right.
Oh.
So you call them thermal or long john?
Both.
Okay.
Depending on how cold it is.
Right. Right. So, again, a recall has been making a name for itself.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, in the last 5 months of 2024, we had more recalls than I can recall.
Okay.
You see what you
did there.
Right. We got another one, just like the other one.
Another recall.
Right.
After 12 years, Blue Ivy Carter's name will be officially trademarked.
Okay.
And the reason it took so long is because of a small business. I'll tell you about it.
Small business.
Small business.
Interesting. And the New Orleans Saints come through with $1 million. They're giving $1 million donation to the victims that happened on that tragic day of New Year's Eve in New Orleans. Yeah.
And Walmart has a new bag that is turning heads, Toni.
PT, when I tell you this bag has been trending all over social media, it's been like crazy the last couple of weeks, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Give me one.
94.1 WHRP, Mary J. Blige. You ain't the only one. Toni in the morning. I'm DJ Primetime 256, and Toni, Walmart is telling Birkin, y'all ain't the only one.
You ain't the only one.
You ain't the only one.
Right.
So Walmart recently came out with this bag that is blowing up social media.
It really is.
Because it looks strikingly similar.
It does.
To this $10,000 Birkin bag.
It does. And it's not a bad-looking bag.
It really is.
And I've seen a lot of ladies going to Walmart, posting it on, the different platforms. And I'm like, I went to Walmart the other day, and I couldn't find one.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know what? This is going to be one of those items that, because it's going to be so rare and it's going to be sold out that quick, that in a couple of years, everybody's going to not be looking for the Birkin bag. They're going to be looking for that working bag.
We looking black in the day.
Was that black?
We're looking back in the day.
Back.
Well,
back in the day, author Gwendolyn Brooks was recognized for her work in poetry. A Street in Bronzeville was about the black experience in America at the time. In 1950, Miss Brooks won a Pulitzer Prize for her book of poetry, Annie Allen, and the award made her the first black author to win the prestigious prize. Gwendolyn Brooks is one of the most highly regarded poets of the 20th century in American poetry. That's back in the day. On this date, back in the day, in 1912, New York became the 47th state. Also, we have the Nancy Kerrigan attack that happened by Tanya Harding and the Bodyguard in Detroit. Celebrities celebrating birthdays and famous people too.
Happy birthday to Beyonce and Jay-Z's firstborn. She is officially a teenager today, turning 13. Happy birthday, Blue Ivy Carter. We also have Marvel's Hawkeye Jeremy Renner celebrating his birthday, an actor, producer with movies like Face Off, Ghost Rider, National Treasure, and more. Nicolas Cage is celebrating his birthday. And former Today Show co-host and journalist Katie Couric. And we also have Marcus Scribner. He played Andre Johnson Jr. from the hit TV show Blackish and Grownish. And in memoriam, we have Zora Neale Hurston, born on this date in 1891. Author, she wrote about racial disparity and the struggle in America. Find more celebrity birthdays on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
And it is National Bobblehead Day. It's on a swivel, y'all. You know someone who collects the bobbleheads. That's back in the day. Toni in the morning on 94.1 WHRP. Hey, they should have called that FAFO.
Find out.
I'm just saying. Smoke by Ari Lennox on 94.1
No smoke.
WHRP. You know they have a whole site on TikTok with, never mind. That's for grown people. How y'all doing? All right, check it out. Toni in the morning, 94.1 WHRP. Ari Lennox is on one on that one. Very cold day again. All week long it's going to be cold. We're in the chill season, okay?
Chilly.
Yes, a high near 35, but we will do what we did yesterday. It'll warm up in the middle of the day, and then it's going to start taking a dip each hour as we get towards the evening. I'm hoping everybody has nice warm coats. Homes, and if not, they have the warming centers that are open. It's on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP. Please let people know where they can stay warm. Time for the good news in the neighborhood.
Good news in the neighborhood. Congratulations to the 2024 High School Teacher of the Year, Miss Mary Davis. Miss Mary Davis has taught theater at Bob Jones for over 20 years. So if you see Miss Davis today, give her a hug, tell her congratulations. For this and other good news in the neighborhood, check out our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
The good news in the neighborhood is sponsored by Alabama A&M. Learn more about Alabama A&M University by visiting aamu.edu today. Alabama A&M. Start here. Go anywhere.
94.1 WHRP. Toni in the morning. DJ Primetime 256. Welcome to a Tuesday. Can I say it's the first Tuesday of 2025?
This is the last first of the year.
I know.
This is the first
We don't get to
Tuesday.
say it tomorrow.
Right.
No.
Get your tacos. It's first Taco Tuesday,
The
y'all.
first Taco Tuesday.
Yes.
Hopefully they won't have no icicles on them. OMG, it's so freezing
think they will.
cold, you know.
Chilly. Cold is an understatement. My doors was frozen closed this morning, Tony.
Your doors?
The doors in my truck.
Oh, that's because you didn't spray your little... See, I sprayed mine.
Talk to me now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned that from an old brother.
So
From another mother.
What are you supposed to do?
I just take a little WD-40, put it on my little, the rubber part of your...
on the seal?
Yeah, and then it doesn't stick and freeze, yeah. So anyway, no freezing
know
doors
that.
here. Well, that's why you have to hang around me. I know a lot.
I'm out there trying to pull my door handle with...
No, I just went beep, beep, click, open, slid on in.
You know, that is really dope.
Yeah, it's called weather-wise. You know, you got to... You're not even your car, but your home. Everywhere. I mean, if you've got some gaps around your door, you know, you want to put some strips there, or especially at the bottom. If you have a little breeze coming from your... if you don't have anything, get a towel and put it up against a door, just so the air's not coming in your home.
Do you know how many door handles you just saved from being broken? Yeah, because I did not know.
Oh, yeah, I took some WD yesterday and shot it in my door. Well, I don't use the key, but I still put some in there.
Yeah.
And then I went around my car where, you know, the little things in there. I don't know what you call them. You know, the little things.
The thingamajigs in there.
The thingamajigs.
Yeah.
When you open your door, what do you call those? Those hinges or whatever it's called. And I sprayed that. They usually do that when you get your car serviced and everything. But I hadn't had my car serviced in a minute, so I went around and did that too. Yeah, absolutely.
I did not. Do you know how many door handles I'm in shock right now.
Even at your home, if you use a key to get in your house,
right.
Usually my butler opens, but nonetheless, I don't
talk about that. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't there yet. I'm not there yet.
Y'all believe that one? I got some lakefront property for sale. But anyway, yeah, I usually take a little WD and put that in the door key. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and
just in case.
I literally...
Just like when you put oil like cocoa butter and maybe Vaseline and stuff. And you're oiling up the joints and stuff.
Yeah.
You put a little maybe some Bengay on your hips.
A little
and
bit of
everything.
icy hot on the lower
you're
back.
keeping everything moving nice. You gotta do the same thing for your car.
I don't know why I just started moving when you said that. Like I can get my bones loose from it.
Right. Well, the world is bidding farewell to Jimmy Carter. Of course, he has been in repose in Atlanta, Georgia. They will be moving him to the state capitol today, and he will lie in state. Of course, Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States, earning his angel wings. You know, he's the longest living president at 100 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And he did a lot in his lifetime to give back.
Seen a lot, too.
Yes, indeed. Everybody that talks about him says, he was just such a nice guy. Such a nice guy and cared a lot about people. The funeral is planned for Thursday, and President Joe Biden is to do the eulogy.
That's good. That's good right there. It's good right there. Have you heard about the driverless Waymo car? The guy that happened to a Waymo car?
I did.
And he was just... So a Waymo car is like they have a driverless car, right? It's like one of them Teslas, and they just hit the button, pick you up, you hop in the back seat, and they just drive you around.
But I don't think it's a Tesla.
Well, and this one wasn't, but it's just,
it's just a driverless vehicle. You're
It's
giving
a ghost
Tesla
driver.
way too much credit.
Well, the battery operated things. Well, the guy he almost missed his flight to the airport because the driverless car just kept going around in circles.
He gets to the airport, and now it's time for him to go to the curb and let his passenger out. And it doesn't stop. It's like an e-ticket. It just keeps going on and on and on. So the guy started videotaping it, going around in circles. And first it was funny, but then it wasn't because he had a plane to catch. And then he was like, you know what? I'm glad it was just me. What if it was a mother or a father with kids?
Oh, yeah.
Or an elderly person that could have been stuck in this vehicle going around and around. I ain't ready for some robot taking me nowhere.
Either. No, well, not even a ghost. There's nobody there.
I'd rather roll with a ghost than a robot.
The latest gossip headlines.
Ooh, no, they didn't.
Tony's Tattletale.
I can't believe they talking about that.
The latest gossip headlines.
They all up in everybody's business.
Tony's Tattletale.
Tattletale. Tony's Tattletale. Tattletale.
Tony's Tattletale.
Is it the first breakup of 2025? It may be. Naomi Osaka has announced that she is no longer involved in a relationship with her baby daddy. Bye. She said that he's a really nice guy, and he's an awesome dad. Just not for me anymore. He can be somebody else's baby daddy.
Great guy, though.
Great guy. Hey, he's a great guy. Zendaya and her boo, Tom Holland, they have now announced their engagement. Somebody gonna marry Zendaya.
Spider-Man.
And check this out. One of our favorite actresses, soon to be another awardee, because she's going to get her Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Talking about Cheryl Lee Ralph. Congratulations. The ceremony takes place on January 29th. It's not the word, it's what I heard. It's just tattletales.
Now you're in the know about other people's business. From Tony's Tattletales on 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP, today's best variety of R&B. Tim's and Burning. Your best girlfriend, Toni Terrell, DJ Primetime 256. That's all you need is a little heat, something burning. Burning. Right. Oh, man. So it is that time of the year. It is January, countdown to the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend. And this year, again, we're going to have a parade here in Huntsville. And we have special guests in studio this morning from the Delta Theta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Clifford March and Kelly Bonds in the building. Hey. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us. Now, when did you start the parade?
So this is a milestone, Tony. This is 10 years.
10.
Wow.
Yes, 10 years.
That's
and I
fantastic.
believe you were the Grand Marshal last year, correct?
I was.
Yes.
I'm still in awe of that. You guys, you got me. Surprised me, had me all choked up. And, right. But again, thank you for the honor.
Yes.
So that said, do you already have your Grand Marshal for this year?
We do have the Grand Marshal, Mr. Kenny Anderson.
Yay, Kenny!
He has done great work in this community, so he'll be the Grand Marshal. He's excited and delighted. And also, we've got something special this year. We are going to be live on News Channel 19.
Oh,
And the CW.
nice.
Yes,
We're
indeed.
gonna have some coverage.
So we're growing.
But wait a minute. Now, they're going to have live TV coverage when Kenny is the Grand Marshal. You mean, I'm just saying, I put on lipstick and everything last year. What? But
You set the conditions.
But that is wonderful. That's good. It's nice that someone has acknowledged the parade to that platform and for you to get the coverage, all of us. Yeah, it's a very important day in history to have this this holiday to celebrate the likes and the body and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and what he tried to lead us all to do, and that's just, become in unity as a community.
Yes, definitely. So, going into the 10th year, we are excited. We have a grandstand this year.
Oh.
And so with the grandstand, we have high expectations in which you'll be able to see it when you come out, hopefully when you come out and visit us for the parade.
Where's the parade going to start? Where's the starting?
Start point is the same as last year, Lot K, where we're at downtown Huntsville.
Okay, off of Clinton.
And so off of Clinton. And then we're going to, actually, the grandstand will be off of Church and Holmes, the intersection of Church and
nice.
Holmes. And so we're
a lot
excited.
of history over there.
It is.
Yeah.
So we're excited for the grandstand this year.
Okay. Now, how can people participate and get involved?
And so we have the QR code in which they can actually to be able to register to be in the parade. And then if you want to be in the grandstands, we have the opportunity to get you on the list to get on in the grandstands. And we're going to welcome you there, and we'll have a team there to receive you and seat you, and that's where it's going to be our central point.
Okay.
That's going to be our focal point, is the grandstand right there on Central and Church.
We're talking to our friends at the chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Delta Theta Lambda, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade that's taking place on Saturday, January 18th. And what time?
At 12 noon, high noon.
That means 11 o'clock for y'all. Oh, I didn't need to do that. That was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. All right. But what time will the people that are participating in the parade need to line up?
We would like people there no later than 10:30 a.m. We've already checked with God, and the weather should be nice.
Oh! They went over me.
They know Mother Nature.
I know Mother Nature.
Yes.
But he know God.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes, I said, God,
Yeah.
please give us some nice weather. And right now it should be 50 and cloudy.
Okay.
So
We'll take it.
So the bad is coming this week, and then it'll be good next week.
Now, I heard that if it's too cold outside, that if it was ice cold outside, that the brothers at
Watch out, prime time.
make it
Watch
happen.
out, prime time. Yes, indeed. We're built for ice cold weather.
Come on,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. And do you have the streets of the parade route where people can come out and cheer and participate as bystanders?
Absolutely. So the parade route this year is we worked hard to get the route we have this year. So
Okay.
we're going to be on Church, and we're coming down Church past Holmes and past Big Spring Park.
Nice.
So that was something that we wanted. We
Sure.
believe that that's where the community is going to be at, and we wanted to be able to serve the community with it.
And if they want to get more details, is there a social page, a website?
If you go on to the Facebook, we have our Huntsville Alpha page right there, which we have most of it socialized there.
Okay.
And then we do have the website, the actual QR code that we're actually using as well.
What is the website?
It's the Huntsville Alpha page.
DTL.org.
Yeah.
Yes, Tony, it's DTL.org.
DTL.org, and that's where you can get all the information if you want to participate and be a part of the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. Parade on January 18th. Get involved and be a part of this great community event.
And Tony, I want to also mention that on the actual inauguration day is also Dr. King's celebration. We'll have his breakfast. And that's going to be at the Von Braun Center Saturn Ballroom.
Now, how long have you been doing the breakfast?
I don't want to misspeak, but I think it's 38 years, I believe.
At least.
Yes. And so this year we have the breakfast, and our guest speaker is Clifton Davis.
Okay.
And he is the new star of Beyond the Gates, the new black cast on CBS. It's a black soap opera.
Let me tell you something. Clifton Davis is a phenomenal actor and entertainer. He sings. He's easy on the eyes. All the old schoolers remember him. I remember
that's
him.
my mama.
Yes. And he used to have a show back in the day with Melba Moore. It was like a summer replacement show. Clifton Davis.
Yes. And he's Oakwood University graduate.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So a lot to participate in. Martin Luther King Jr. weekend happening on the 18th is the parade, and then the annual breakfast
on the 20th.
On the 20th, that Monday, that will take place at the VBC. Thank you all for what you do. We appreciate you greatly in the community and as a fraternity. Anything else you want to share?
That's it. Kelly, you got anything?
No, I would just throw out there is that, the theme as the same as last year was keeping the dream alive. And then when you ask what is the dream is that he had a vision. And in 39 short years that he lived, you have to remember all the things that he was able to accomplish. And he would have been 96 years old this year. So this has been going on for a long time. We need to continue to keep the dream alive. That's where we're at.
Celebrating the dream of Martin Luther King Jr. with our brothers of the Delta Theta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. The parade is Saturday, January 18th. The breakfast at the VBC is on Monday, January 20th. Participate and be a part of this community event.
Let's get into it with your morning Black History Facts with Ocie Maddox Jr.
There is a growing crisis that is going on right now from Atlanta to Los Angeles in America. The homelessness crisis in America continues to worsen, and Black Americans are disproportionately affected. On today's broadcast, let's address positive steps of assistance as this crisis is before us again. I'm Ocie Maddox Jr. Despite just being 13% of the U.S. population, Black Americans account for nearly 40% of the homeless population. Now, this disparity is fueled by stronghold inequalities, rising rents, and stagnant wages, leaving many of us vulnerable as housing affordability declines. But listen, folks, don't fret. There's also hope and proactive solutions that can make a difference. First, we need to expand community land trust. Those trusts can empower Black families by providing affordable housing and local control over resources. These trusts ensure housing remains accessible for generations to come, which also breaks cycles of displacement. And then number two, financial literacy and support programs that are tailored for Black families can also help individuals navigate challenges like evictions and budgeting and securing home loans. Organizations like the National Urban League are already leading the charge and equipping the communities with the tools that they will need in order to stabilize and thrive. Listen, folks, the homelessness crisis, it's very urgent, but through innovation and collective action, solutions are within our reach. I'm Ocie Maddox Jr. for Black History Facts. Historically, Black Americans have been here many times. So let's continue advocating for policies that prioritize housing equity and create pathways for every Black Americans in this country to live with dignity and also security. That's our charge. And at the end of our broadcast for today, until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and keep on making history.
Your Morning Black History Facts is sponsored by OMJ Media Design. Find them on Facebook, OMJ Media Design. Toni in the morning, 94.1 WHRP. Broadcasting from the Fence One studio, 94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
I said, Toni, yeah! Toni in the morning.
Tony in the morning. It's local and it's here. Tony in the morning show. Tony Terrell, your best girlfriend. Thank you for starting your day with us.
Tony in the morning.
Tony in the morning. 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP, October, London. She keeps calling me. Sounds stalker-like, right?
Yeah. I don't know why she keep calling.
Yeah. Well, have you seen October, London?
What?
That's a good reason to keep calling. Don't hate. I would keep calling you some more if you were my age. Where your daddy at? So I could call him. Tony in the morning, DJ Primetime 256. A lot of folks are going to be calling Busta because Busta is showing off his new physique. He lost over 64 pounds.
Busta's been busting it. What? Busta's been back in the gym. Losing the weight. Remember when Busta was skinny? It went from skinny Busta Rhymes to really buff Busta Rhymes to chubby Busta Rhymes. Now he's Slim Rhymes.
Slim Rhymes now.
And
so there's a lot of people with New Year resolutions, you know. Yeah. And the first thing they always say, gotta lose weight, gotta get in shape, going back to the gym. That lasts usually for 2 weeks. In January, by February, the little membership card starts collecting dust.
But it's still active. You still paying for that.
You're still paying for it. But congratulations to Busta Rhymes. He was able to shed 64 pounds and start training because he's going on tour.
Yeah,
got to look good out there.
And it's a whole lot of cardio running back and forth on them stages. Tony, I hopped off stage and almost passed out.
Yeah,
I try to give the people in the back row a high five and then come back. That's cardio. So you got to work out if you're going to.
You have to, because if you don't, you'll be huffing and puffing like the king of R&B, Bobby Brown. 94.1 WHRP, today's best variety of R&B. High five, I like. That's an old school favorite right there from back in the day. Tony in the morning, DJ Primetime 256, a nice cold weather day that will continue throughout the week. Of course, a lot of people talking about the fact that we probably will get snow on Friday. Be prepared for that possibility. Maybe overnight snow presence in the Ville from Thursday night into Friday morning. So until then, it's just going to be doggone cold,
just
y'all.
Cold.
So we want you to do what you have to do to stay warm. So listen, Blue Ivy is an official teenager today.
Yeah.
She's 13 years old. For people who have been coming for her.
And then on top of her being 13, getting them teenage years, she also finally got her name trademarked.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
They've been fighting for that for quite a while.
For years, I'm trying to get a trademark, and one of the legal holdups was a business, it's a clothing company out in Wisconsin, and they're called Blue Ivy. And they existed before Blue Ivy was even born.
How they spell it?
The same exact way.
You're kidding?
I am so serious.
Did Beyonce?
That's what. So the reason why it took so long is because the clothing company is like, no, we've had the name forever. And Beyonce turned around and said, do you know who my daughter is? You know what shows she's been on? Do you know the tours that she's been on? They're not going to get us confused with this little clothing company out in Wisconsin. That's not my words. That's what she said. And the next thing you know, Blue Ivy's Carter's dancing on the Beyonce bowl.
But what it also did, it brought attention to that clothing company because now we're talking about it. They got something out of it.
There's some nice slides on their website too.
Yeah.
I checked out their website.
They have some nice clothes.
They got some nice clothes. Well, it's mainly women clothes, but I might go in there and get something for my lady.
Yeah,
them slides was really nice.
Slides.
Yeah, like beach slide. It's cold here, but it's not. It's warm in my heart, Tony.
Well, you said Wisconsin. It's colder in Wisconsin than it is here.
But they got some good cheese, and
they do.
Blue Ivy has some good slides
too. So, is Blue Ivy going to endorse them?
No, probably not. She's going to come out with her own slides and clothes.
So Beyonce really said that?
She really said that.
Really?
Wait, Beyonce is, I ain't going to say it. Beehive, I didn't say it. Beyonce's wonderful.
And
Levicious.
That's why they call her the Queen Bee.
Tony in the morning on 94.1 WHRP.
Going to warm up to about 35 degrees, currently 28. It just won't move, right? Listen, it's going to dip down to about 30 when it's dinner time. So that just means it's going to warm up in the midday, going to keep on dipping down. Yesterday when I got home, I had to put on my fuzzy wuzzies on my toesy wozies. And what?
The fuzzy wuzzies on the toesy wozies.
Yes. And then turn on what I call itty bitty, which is a floor heater on top of the central heating.
Fuzzy wuzzies to toesy wozies in the itty bitty.
And then put on my warm blankie.
And the blankie.
Turn on I have this really long heating pad that I keep on the back of my chair. The chair that goes
expensive chairs.
Got the hydraulics on it. Yeah. And so I keep that on the back for this time of the year to warm myself up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I have one of those electric blankets, but I prefer getting the heat on my back. Get into the bones and warm me up. It took me almost an hour and a half to unthaw. And all I did was walk from the car door to the front door. And I'm like, what the?
Tony, what is the temperature in your house?
74.
Okay, and then what is the temperature in that one spot with all the heated stuff in
82,
one area?
Baby.
Good.
Jamaica all day long. In the morning. Yeah.
You just be toasty.
I only come to work to pay for heat, air, food, and shelter. That's it.
And you and the rest of America.
Right. Yeah, right. I would love for someone to win a trip to a nice, warm climate like Las Vegas, right? And at the Pearl Concert Theater at the Palms Casino Resort, there's going to be a show you don't want to miss with Babyface, Valentine's weekend, as well as Mother's Day weekend. You could win a trip for two. That includes flights, 2-night stay, got those premium seats, dinner for two, all that and more to see Babyface. You need to text that national keyword.
Text the national keyword baby to 95819. That's BABY. Baby to 95819 for your chance to win a trip for two, including flights, dinner, and premium tickets to the show Mother's Day weekend. For rules and info, go to WHRPFM.com. Prizes provided by Live Nation and 94.1 WHRP.
WHRP is your home for today's best variety of R&B. 94.1 WHRP.
You sober?
Hopefully Siren is.
I wonder where they came up with that name, Siren. Yeah. No, it's not spelled that way.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't know. 3 young ladies with a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And Candy Burris, of course, behind them, producing them, discovered them, pushing them out there, got that nice little hit.
And they opening for the legends.
It's sober. Tony in the morning on 94.1 WHRP. Welcome to it Tuesday. And, of course, the bird flu is causing a little bit of challenges. Now, I told you.
You did.
The eggs are costly.
And I went by Wal-Mart, Tony, and those, it was like $8.
You thought going to Walmart you were going to get a bit of a discount?
No,
it doesn't matter where you go. Those eggs are expensive.
And I love the brown eggs.
I do
and
too.
They were sold out everywhere.
Because you went after Sunday, huh? When did you go?
I went yesterday. I went
okay,
yesterday.
So because people are returning to work and school for the first time this year, on Monday when they return, I told you yesterday that the parents went in there and bought everything. There was nothing. I was lucky to find a carton of eggs.
Yeah, I found one. I mean, it wasn't the ones I wanted.
You couldn't find milk. You could. I'm like, what is going on? Then they were also getting ready for this weather. Mm-hmm. You know. However, the bird flu is causing the price of the eggs to go up.
That's right here. So the bird flu has recorded its first U.S. death this year. A Southwest Louisiana resident who was hospitalized last month was first known to have this first case of bird flu here in the U.S.
Now, the thing about that is this person had some underlying health issues over the age of 65, also was exposed to some wild flock birds. Was kicking it with the birds in the yard.
Really?
Yeah, so that might have been why. But they're saying that so far they haven't seen a case where the bird flu has been transmitted from person to person.
Right.
You know, so if you're hanging out with the flock of the birds,
you might catch the flu from the birds.
With some chickens.
Or if you're around a sick human, you might catch the human flu.
The human. Oh.
Yeah, that's the flu right there.
Those are the people who were looking at me some kind of way when I was in the store. I had my mask on because I already knew them people, those insurrection people was going to be in there coughing and sneezing.
They do.
Yeah, right.
They do. And then they'll look at you. I put my shirt over my mouth. I don't know why I did it like y'all could see me. But I put my shirt over my mouth and nose. And then you get that little awkward look. Like somebody sneezes and try to see who did it.
I promise you I'm going to look at you weird putting your shirt over when you could just wear a mask.
But sometimes I don't bring it in the store.
You know what I do? I put it on my wrist. I put it on my wrist when I get in the car and I know I'm going to a store, so I don't forget it. I put it around my wrist. Then when I get to the door, I'm like, mask up.
I always use my T-shirt.
94.1 WHRP. Toni in the morning. About to chop it up and break them down. Those complicated lyrics on old school jams and new ones too. It's the old school, new school lyric breakdown.
Now, we were talking to the brothers of the Alpha Phi Alpha earlier about Martin Luther King weekend and the parade, and that was a very important conversation. But this right here,
this is one of them ones.
This is one of the ones.
And it's happening on the first Tuesday of the year, Toni.
The first Tuesday of the year. Should we call CNN?
We might have to let CNN West know what's going on.
There you go. All right. We're going to dig into a group that is iconic, if not for anything but one album, The Education. All right. But what we all wanted to see is for them to just be on time.
Be on time.
So we're going to kick off the new year and put our be on time juju on them. The Fugees.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me.
That sounds quite threatening.
It does.
Now that I escape, sleepwalk, awake, those who could relate, now the word ain't cake. Jail bars ain't golden gates. Those who fake, they break when they meet their 400-pound mate.
Ooh.
Yes.
If I could rule the world, everyone would have fun. In the ghetto, of course, when giddy-upping on the horse, I kick a rhyme drinking moonshine.
Hello.
I pour a sip on the concrete for the deceased.
Yeah.
But no, don't weep. Wyclef is in a state of sleep. Thinking about the robbery that I did last week. Money in the bag, banker looking like a drag. I want to play with pelicans from here to Baghdad.
So it almost sounds like you're related to Mike Tyson, who likes to play with pigeons.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Gun blast, think fast, I think I'm hit. My girl pinched my hips to see if I still exist. I think not. I'll send a letter to my friends, a born-again hooligan, only to be king again. Sounds like a pretty tough person.
Yeah, and there was some birds and a hooligan and somebody being pinched. But I know one thing for sure. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me.
So the moral of this story is pelicans, pigeons, and the bird flu. Ready or not, get your flu shot.
I know you know. That's what it is,
That's what
Toni.
I'm talking about.
That's what it is
Old
right
school,
there.
New school lyric breakdown.
Right or wrong?
94.1 WHRP. 94.1 WHRP. On my mama, on my hood.
It is cold and I'm not
Hold on a
good.
minute. I'm looking in the mirror and I look good. Thank you, mama.
Thank you, mama.
Yeah. My mama used to say, girl, get out that mirror. Stop trying to be so conceited. I'm like, but I look like you. Oh, well, you know.
That is the smoothest comeback right there.
Yeah.
But I look like you.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead, keep looking at that mirror.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with you being conceited,
So,
baby. Go ahead.
The next time your mama and them say, stop looking at yourself, but I look like you.
Look like you.
That's what you have to do. That bring that down. That bring that down.
I like that.
Right.
We got to let the kiddos know that
Man,
one.
you see where folks didn't want to shake Vice President Kamala Harris' hand?
Messy. Messy.
I don't know if it's no. He probably did her a favor.
Probably did. Ain't no telling what's on the hands.
Everybody ain't walking in here.
Well, Toni, the bald eagle finally gets the credit it's been lacking and it's been deserving since the 1700s.
Oh yeah, everybody's been wondering what's going on with the bald eagle. I was having coffee with a girlfriend of mine the other day. I'm like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" Girl, I'm just wondering about that bald eagle.
Right? Come on now.
All right.
Talk about the bald eagle.
Oh my goodness. Happy New Year, y'all. Right. Inspiration song of the day at the top of the hour. 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP. Bobby Valentino, slow down. Toni in the morning. I'm DJ Primetime 256, and a lot of people talk about not getting the credit they deserve. Mm-hmm. And there hasn't been a symbol in a government entity that doesn't have the bald eagle on it since the 1700s, Toni.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this year, 2025, to where the bald eagle finally got the recognition it finally deserved.
And that is?
It is finally the United States of America's national bird.
Oh, it already thought it was.
It thought it was, but it wasn't getting paid for the job that it was doing. Yeah.
They're just putting some credit on that?
They said, you know what, I'm out here and we dying off and everything, and now y'all haven't given us the credit that we need. Right. Now all of a sudden you're going to try to give me my flowers. So shout out to the bald eagle for finally getting the flowers they deserve.
Uncle JB just did that?
Mm-hmm. That show did. He said in this 11th hour,
right.
I see you, bald eagle. I see you, and you deserve this. So the bald eagle is officially the national bird of the United States of America.
Congratulations. Man, if you could only find one. Yeah, because I want to give him props, you know.
But don't. I wouldn't.
Leave the bald eagle.
Personally talk to the bald eagle.
No.
They might think you a little crazy.
Oh.
They just a little bit.
On a day like this, bald eagle need a beanie cap. Right. Listen, did you see the video of Bruce Fisher, the husband of Nebraska Republican Senator Deb Fisher, who was sworn in yesterday? Everybody was getting certified. Mm-hmm. And she was being sworn in by Vice President Kamala Harris. And as she was sworn in, the Vice President extended her hand for congratulations handshake. Then, just being respectful, decided, I will do the same for your husband. And he refused the handshake.
And Toni, I cannot believe that. Not only did he refuse the handshake, he also refused to even look at her during the whole thing. He just kept his eyes down. Said, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I mean, was it disrespectful?
Very.
But it was disrespectful in a polite kind of way, because he did say thank you.
Hell, my mom would have whooped me for that.
Yeah, a lot of people frowning on that. It's a video that's gone all over the place now. If you look at the picture, they took a photo afterwards. Mm-hmm. There were a few feet of separation between the vice president and the family. And the president is still holding that stank hand. Like, oh, you don't want to.
So you ain't. Y'all see this, right?
But they never touched. But she was holding it like, ooh.
She's smart. She holding it. So when they ask her later on, why was your hand still like that? It's a conversation piece, because that is a picture now.
It really is.
She's smart. She's being smart out there.
Actually, the guy did her a favor. Because you know what? Folks like that, they cough in their hands.
Probably got the bird flu.
Hello.
94.1 WHRP. Money long. Ruin me. Toni in the morning. I'm DJ Primetime 256. Don't forget the 256. And now it's time for your motivation and inspiration.
And as we're kicking off this new year, if you didn't do it last year, just remember one thing. Prayers are powerful. Get your prayer in. Take a little time to meditate and think of positivity. This is a new year, new beginnings. If you didn't do it last year, do it this year. And remember one thing for sure, one thing for certain. Prayers are powerful. That's your motivation and inspiration. 94.1 WHRP. Yes. Aaliyah, are you that somebody? Right. Moments away from the midday vibe with Kevin Williams. Coming up, more national text keywords and a chance to win a trip to go see Babyface in Las Vegas.
And until tomorrow morning, Tennessee Valley, remember, we love you.
Broadcasting from the Fence One studio, 94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
I said, Toni, yeah!
It's local, and it's here. Toni in the Morning Show. Toni Terrell, your best girlfriend. Thank you for starting your day with us.
Toni in the morning.
Toni in the Morning, 94.1 WHRP.